This is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and I am altering an encyclopedia. I'm following along with Shelley Lynn at Crafting Mamas. This is a child book encyclopedia. You'll see where I have started altering a couple pages of these. I had some computer issues and I went live and didn't know that I was live, and I had the wrestling going on. So you'll see I have a couple page layouts already completed in here. But basically what we're doing is we're gluing about 4 or 5 pages together. I am using this Elmer's glue stick. It's the extra strength. It's not the extreme glue stick. But what I'm telling you is that you want to get a good coat of glue on each page as you glue it down, and coat it really well, and then turn the other pages on top of it. So you have about 4 or 5 pages at the base, and then I only used one because my pages are fairly thick. You just fold down a corner, a short corner and a longer corner, and that makes 2 pockets. I'm going to have to go back in and mend the bottom part there. I'll probably just do that with washi tape. We're going to be working more on these pages, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. So I have that pocket all created, and then we skip some pages, and we do another 4 pages the exact same way. This is a Childcraft encyclopedia. The copyright date is 1972, and I'm really enjoying this book. I enjoy all of these Childcraft encyclopedias. On this pocket page, Shelley Lynn had us cut out a curved template, and we did a long one and a short one, and then just glued them down to make pockets. You saw I was repairing that one. I think I'll probably put washi tape along the borders here when we get to altering. We'll see how that goes. We did one more page layout toward the back, where we again glued 4 pages down, and then we tore out about 10 or 14 pages. I'm finding that there are still some pages that I don't want to glue together for the other side, so I'm figuring out one I want to rip out. You can't save everything, but there's some poetry in there that I am enjoying, so I'm choosing what pages I want to tear out. And I think I take out about 4 or 5, and as I tear them out, I try to clean out the gutter so that I don't have all those little raggedy ends toward the gutter. I'm saying I really like that one picture where the kids are running, and yeah, there's some poetry there and some other pictures that I just want to keep. So one more page here that I'm taking out, cleaning out the gutter. I think I tore out about 14 or 15 pages between the back side of this pocket and the front side, cleaning out all the little ends in between. And then I will put these pages aside. Now I'm going to glue down 4 more pages for the front side of this pocket. The back side of the pocket is already glued together. So again, I'm using an Elmer's glue stick, the extra strength. I usually do not use glue sticks to do this. I usually use like Yes Paste. I don't use, if you use a wet glue, your pages will all wrinkle and warp because it's wet and it will warp the paper. But a glue stick is going to do the trick here. I'm using it because Shelley Lynn used a glue stick, so okay, I will too. Fold the page back on itself on the other one, the prior one. Smooth it all out, get all those air bubbles out. And I do this 2 or 3 times. Like I said before, I had started this video twice. The first time my computer froze up on me, and the second time I'm not quite sure what happened, but I had 2 videos where I only had a couple minutes, and I was getting frustrated, and I started it again, and I forgot to make it unlisted. Oh my goodness. My dear friends messaged me, said, Mary, do you know you're live? And I'm sitting there going, oh no, because my brother had the wrestling on TV blaring loud, so I had to delete my first 2 videos, and then this one I turned the sound off so you don't hear the wrestling, and I'm doing a voiceover. So that's the way it goes. That's the joy of making videos in a environment where you don't have complete control of everything. You just have to work with it. Thank goodness we can turn the volume off. Oh dear. So I'm putting a lot of glue on this just so these pages will stick together. I think this is the last page. Folding the book down over on the page, smoothing it all out. Now I have the front page of the pocket, and I see I have some wrinkles, so I'm just taking my credit card and smoothing those wrinkles out the best I can. They're not too bad. And it also gets out any air pockets. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So far I'm keeping up with Shelley. It's kind of hard to watch somebody do something and listen to them, and there's noise going on in the other room, and you're trying to do exactly what they're doing, and you're hunting for supplies, and I fall behind, but then I catch up while they're chatting with somebody else online, so I have a little time to catch up with her. She had to leave early, so this will be the last layout that we'll be doing. She couldn't stream. She said she might come back and stream some more later tonight, but you know, I had other things I had to get done, so I'll have to see if she actually did that and catch up with her if she did any more layouts. Now I'm just looking for another page to use for, we're going to make some accordion folds here that will become gussets. What we're doing is a gusseted pocket page layout. And I don't like all those raggedy ends on the side, so I get out my trimmer and I trim off about 1/4 of an inch on each side. There we go. And then start folding my pages in half. Now, I fold these my way. I see I have to trim a little off there. I didn't really cut that too straight, but I'll just go back in and cut it straight. There we go. And I don't think I fold these exactly the same way as Shelley does. If you want to do it the way she does, go back and look at her video, see what she does. I'll put a link in the description box below. But basically all I'm doing is getting the folds in there, and then I go back and do the accordion fold. I'm just getting each little fold in there. I use my scissors to burnish the sides down nice and neat. Now I open it up and do the mountains and the valleys of the accordion. There we go. Burnish it all down so it's nice and neat. So there's one, and I have to do the other page the same way. Fold it in half and fold it in half again. Make as nice folds as you can, crease them down. Crease both sides down, and then I open it up and I do the mountains and the valleys. Now there are other ways to do this, but that's the way I do it, and worked for me. Now I want to put my pocket together, and I'm deciding where I want to put the little side gussets. And I think I decide I'm using 1-inch tape to do that. So that's what you see me doing, is putting my 1-inch tape down. I never get tape down straight when I do it in a long strip like this. I'm always having to adjust it. I think part of it is that I can't get my head right over it. You'd see the back of my head. And I usually pull it up closer to me when I'm working on things, when I'm not filming. But this is okay. This is working. So there we go. Now I'm getting ready to actually put them in. I'm burnishing everything down. Making sure that I can actually get that release paper off. Now I'm deciding exactly where I want to put it on my page, and I want to leave that little gap at the bottom or at the outer edge, and I decide to leave it at the outer edge rather than the gully there of the page, and then I align it right down at the bottom of the book of the bottom of the book. I call that a gully. It's really the gutter. So I'm lining it up with the gutter and the top and bottom of the book. And it's all going well for me at this point. I'm happy with it. I'm thinking I'm right up there with Shelley Lynn doing what she's doing. Burnishing everything down, and now I'm going to pull the release paper off of the other two sides so that I can tape them down nice and neat. And then I just close my book right over it. I kind of do one side and then come back and do the other side. I mean, tack it down, and then I fold the other side down. On there we go. Then I just flip that page down. Now as I'm doing that, I notice right in the center there, I've got some little holes where I tore maybe more than I should have. I can really see them when I open the pocket there. So I decide to glue 2 more pages down to the back page of this pocket. So that's what I'm getting ready to do now. And I'm just checking everything out. So far I'm happy. It seems to be laying flat. Everything seems to be in order. And here again I apply a lot of glue on the glue stick. Elmer's Extra Strength is what I'm using for this project. Put some diagonal lines in there and glue that one down, and then I do another page. Get everything smoothed out nice. Everything seems to be in order for me. So I have a little bit stronger back page than I do front page. Just simply because I glued down 2 more sheets. But that just means it will hold my whatever I put in that pocket better. There we go. Now I just start to check everything out. Smooth everything down. I'm happy with it. It seems to be laying flat. And everything's fine until I open it. And for some reason or another, it's not folding up like I want. It's wrinkling in there, and I begin to get frustrated with it. I'm going, why is it doing that? And I smooth, and I fold, and I fold, and I smooth, and I open it up, and I close it up, and, you know, I'm just trying to figure out why my gussets there are wrinkling in on each other. Everything was fine, really, until I added those last 2 pages to the back, and I'm not sure if that just threw everything off. I'm not sure why it's doing that. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I can just weight it down and it'll find its way. But then I start pulling at it, and I pull at it, and I pull at it, and I'm going to take the whole thing apart and do it all over again. If first you don't succeed, I'll do it all over again. So I am able to remove these pages. Oh, I tried to put it down. I tried to glue it down again, maybe seeing if there's something in it. It's a little better, but it's still not, I'm still not happy with it. So, yeah, I'm fooling around with it, seeing where everything goes. But I'm not that happy with it, so I'm going to take it apart entirely. And that's what I do. I'm not happy with it, so I just take this whole thing out. I said, let's try this all again. Sometimes you just got to keep trying. And I was looking at the text to see if it was something I wanted to keep. And it probably would have been nice to keep it, but I had tape hanging off of it, and I just threw both of them away. I was kind of frustrated at this point. So I'm going to find 2 more pages to do an accordion fold. I'm looking for something that has text on both sides that I don't mind. And I decide yellow on one side would be okay. And do you think I could find another yellow sheet? No. I found some yellow with pictures on it. Now I'm just kind of thumbing through my book, deciding what other page I want to tear out here. And I decide to do that one, I think. No. I'm just kind of thumbing through, looking for a good page. Trouble is, I like everything. So I decide on these 2 pages, and I'm going to trim off the end again. Do the accordion fold all over again. Put the tape on it all over again. Not too frustrated. You know, things happen. And I'm going to, I think rather than put it clear out to the top and the bottom of the page, I'm going to put it in a little bit further. And rather than put the gusset clear down to the gutter of the book, I'm going to move it up a little so it has a little more room to move. That's my thinking anyway. Okay, I got the mountains and the valleys of the first sheet of the redo. Burnishing everything down nice and neat. Then I go ahead and apply the tape again. This tape that I'm using, I get it at Joann's in the $1.99 box, and it's called Ms. Sparkles. It's a double-sided tape. It's got a release paper on the outside. I grab it whenever I can find it. It's not always in there. I'm doing the accordion fold on the other one, the other page. So these will go at the top and the bottom of my pocket. Burnishing everything down. Doing the whole thing all over again. My mountains and my valleys. There we go. Put the tape on both sides. I always have trouble getting my tape on straight. Oh, dear me. Well, that's good enough. Clip a little, trim the top so that it doesn't grab onto anything I don't want it to. Now I'm going to put these back in, and when I put them in, what I'm going to do is move them down inside the book a little bit more from the top and the bottom. Leave a little white space. So you'll see, yeah, see I move it about a ½ inch down, and I have about a ¼ inch space in there where the gusset meets the gutter of the book. And I turned it upside down so that what I'm working on would be closer to my face so I could see it better. So I left a little space at the bottom and about ¼ inch over on the side. I'm going to go ahead and do the other one. Same thing. Take the tape off. Put both of them down inside. I'm constantly repairing when I use glue sticks. All right, so I'm ready to take off my release paper, and I do that on both sides. And I think this is the point to where I touch it and I can't get it off of my fingers. I'm thinking I'm going to put the book down on it, and I want to move my hand, and I grab the other side, and so I decide just to kind of tack it down, and then tack it down over here, and then firmly pull it down. So there's my gusseted pocket. I'm a little bit happier with this one. I think I just needed to give the page some breathing room, some room to move back and forth. Pretty happy with it. Now I'm thinking that I need a closure on it, because I could see putting things in there and having everything fall out when I lifted up the book. So I am going to do what I call a wraparound enclosure, which just makes it kind of like an envelope style. So I'm looking for a page to use for that. Oh, and I like that handprint. I like the handprint, so that's what I'm going to use. Now I'm just figuring out how much space I want on each side, and I think I just eventually double it vertically. Now at this point I will probably go back in and put some Velcro on that tab and let the Velcro attach it down. But for right now, I'm not going to worry about it. We'll probably be decorating it and working with it more. Kind of cleaning off my desk. Get all those little scrappies off my desk so that I can work cleaner. Cutting off 1/4 inch. Just cutting away all those raggedy edges. Now I just fold it in half vertically. Getting it ready to... Now I decide to put tape on the front side toward the center and on the outside. I'm thinking that will be enough. Now open up my book. This is the front page that I'm going to do first. And I'm just kind of fitting it on there, seeing if I like it. And I do. Seems to be working for me. I could bring it down a little bit more, but here again, I know I'm going to be painting and working on these pages, so I'm not too worried that there's a little peeking out down there at the bottom. Now, I take off the top portion of it, and all I did was tape down the front part, and I'll have to do maybe a Velcro enclosure, but for now I just put this elastic band across it, and that holds it in place for now. So I'm really happy with this. I had a lot of fun doing these 3 layouts. I'm going to check to see if Shelley Lynn's done any more. I'm following along with her. I hope that you've enjoyed watching me. I have the top pockets and the side pockets, and yeah, I'm happy with that. And I have the gusseted pocket. So thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you on the next page. Oh, I read the little poem there. I'll read that to you live when I'm not doing a voiceover. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next page. This is Mary at the.meri.atelier, and I am altering an encyclopedia. I'm following along with Shelley Lynn at Crafting Mamas. This is a child book encyclopedia. You'll see where I have started altering